Welcome everyone to Magical Journeys. Um, I want to I want to introduce you to the concept of magical journeys. It's a concept of journeying. I just want to make sure that we've got everyone first before I talk, and then suddenly more people join. So I think for just 3 minutes, we're just going to wait a little bit, and then I'll talk in about 3 minutes. But just some housekeeping first. Gemma, could you just go through the housekeeping?
Yep, now I've unmuted myself. Speaking of muting yourself, we're going to be quite hard on everybody with the muting this evening because Zoom's very good at picking up exactly the wrong thing that you don't want to hear, and we really want you to get the full sonic experience of the journeying this evening. So if we mute you, please don't take offense. We just need to have it that way for everything to work properly. I will be doing an introduction in a minute when everyone's here, but just for now, there's also closed captions available. If you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen, there is a record button, and next to that, there should be a closed captions button that if you just press on there, you've got the option to have those captions. And I would recommend that you do so. It really helps with the whole experience of the journeying to be able to see those words appearing on the screen. Just to let you know that during the interval, there will be no captioning because we have to give our lovely captioner Eleanor a break. I think that's most of the housekeeping, Eleanor, but if I've forgotten anything that I won't be mentioning later in the introduction, then please message me and let me know. But for now, we'll just wait for everyone else to arrive.
Yeah, if sometimes Zoom kicks you out, not always, but sometimes, or sometimes your internet connection goes and something happens, just press the link again and you'll come right in. And hopefully you don't need to use the password and that, but if you do, just fill in the details that were sent to you in an email and you'll get let in. I'm just going to introduce you very quickly to Gemma here. I've spotlighted her. Gemma is going to be access for the artists. This means when artists are making to the journeys, if they run into any problems or have any questions, they can message her. But Gemma is also going to be the presenter because as a storyteller, I can't really get involved in presenting and storytelling. And then Megan here. Sorry, Megan, I'm going to spotlight you too. Megan here is the tech, well, half tech and also sort of like front of house, as if we're in the theatre. So she's the one who's going to be letting you in. She's also going to have a little eye on the inbox. So if for whatever reason you can't get in or there's some problem, just email us and Megan will be able to help you out and let you in. And the same with the general audience. So if you're not an artist, if you're not making tonight the journeys, and if you've got a problem or a question, just ask Megan here. So if you go to the chat and you click on the little blue bit which says everyone, and you press the arrow up, you'll see Megan/magical, because she's magical, and press on her and your messages will go to her privately. We also recognize that not everyone is verbal. That means that maybe you're a little bit shy and or you find verbalizing ideas or feedback sometimes a little bit hard. So what we are very sorry, like now, what we're very keen on is that everyone is comfortable in the performance, and if you have a moment of blurting something out and wanting to share, you're very welcome to share how the music or storytelling makes you feel in the chat box. You're very welcome to do that. Yeah, I think I think that's everyone's. Don't worry, the people who've just joined. We haven't started the introduction yet, but we just recommend that everyone puts on closed captioning, the subtitles. Even people who don't like subtitles, we highly recommend you do, because sometimes I drop words in my storytelling, and I don't know if you've ever been like, oh, I just missed that joke. Oh, I've missed that line. So the captioner will catch that line so you don't miss it. Um, yes. So Gemma, I think that's okay.
Oh, and just finally, we recommend that you plug a computer into some headphones or maybe even a speaker just for better sound quality if you can. Mostly because the cellist this evening is absolutely wonderful. So it would be good for you to get the full experience of that as well as the other sonic journeys.
Ooh. And the reason why I'm not storytelling live is because of that Zoom. So Zoom has a bit of a problem with finding sound. Oh, I'm spotlighting, I'll spot by myself. So Zoom has a problem with sound. And so when I'm speaking and the cellist is playing, Joe's playing, Zoom has no idea who to pick up. So sometimes it'll be me and sometimes it'll be the cello, but it's never us together. So for that reason, we've had to pre-record our cello and voice together. It's still live, completely live, but just pre-recorded from another live time when audiences went there. And Joe will then be playing live individually before or after some storytelling as well. Okay, so I think let's just jump into introductions then.
Sure. Well, welcome everybody on this dark November evening to our journeying. Magical Journeys is something that happens every fortnight. The next one will be on the 29th of November, and we've got more details up for that in our ticket shop online. It's a very similar format to what this evening will be taking, where the themes are generated from archetypes and ancestral wisdom. But it's a little bit, this is a relaxed evening, but the other workshops are even more relaxed, believe it or not. You may find that hard to believe after this evening. Magical Women was developed as an experiment alongside Eleanor's art practice, because she wanted to find out what a neurodivergent space looked like and build these empowering and accessible spaces for neurodivergent women to come together. I have to say, I've known Eleanor for quite some time and we've created together. And these wonderful spaces have also opened up room for me to explore and embrace my own neurodivergence. So I'm very, very grateful for this project. Audiences are welcome as well as the artists if you'd like. We invite you to respond to the journeying through your own art making if you've got some materials handy. You don't have to, but if you'd like to make some art, write, or just be a witness, whatever makes you comfortable, we're really happy for you to do. Eleanor is a neurodivergent artist, and that's really important. Because these workshops are neurodivergent led as well. It's not just enough to make the space. You have to see neurodivergent people and women especially in that position of power in that space as well, in that position of leadership. She does have a form of verbal dyslexia as well, which means that her pronunciation of words can, to be honest, sometimes be hilarious, and she'll laugh at herself, which I find wonderful. Those little convergences that happen by accident can be really brilliant, but it did mean that for a long time before these kinds of spaces were available, Eleanor was prevented from pursuing some of the things that she loved to do, like acting, for example, where she felt like She didn't quite fit in that neurotypical framework we usually see with actors. But what I love about these spaces is that they've allowed her and other people to discover her strength in the power of storytelling live, really sitting into that neurodivergence. And although these are pre-recorded, this is due, like we said earlier, to the limitations of Zoom. Because we really wanted the audience to be able to hear the cello played live and Eleanor's voice talking live. So for this evening, they'll be hearing pre-recorded journeying, but the storytelling is all live with no script. And this is why Eleanor's pronunciation of words is also kept alive and live. She can struggle to make the connection between sound and the letter symbol for that sound and blend sounds into words, yet the power of her neurodiversity means she does not struggle to create stories and verbalize images live in the moment. I'd also like to introduce the wonderful Jo Cox, who, much like Eleanor with her live storytelling using speech and words, is able to evoke the same storytelling element with her electric cello and loops. According to Jo, her neurodivergence gives her powerful emotions and exquisite sensitivity, which flows through her electric cello to produce mesmerizing adventures in sound. And having heard the snippets of rehearsal, I could not agree more, and I'm so excited to share that with you. Just to recap, I am here as Access and as MC when needed. I'm Access for the artists. So any artists, just to recap, if you have any questions, direct them at me in the chat, that's fine. We also have wonderful Megan, who is support for you lovely audience, and anyone who needs to get into the Zoom or requires any technical support. And we've also got our captioner, Leonard, who is not only an incredible live captioner, but also a word painter, which is why, again, I really recommend you turn on the captions. If the subtitles are distracting, though, you can always turn them off with that same button. So during these journeys, the artists will be actually making art. You can engage as an audience by listening, relaxing, enjoying the music, and there will be an interval, which serves as a break for your audience members, but also our live captioner. And it also gives the artists time to come together and share. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to wonderful Eleanor so that we can begin our journeying, and I'm just very excited to share this evening with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So when we were rehearsing yesterday, Jo and I suddenly realized that a pre-recorded journey meant that there was nothing to watch. And so I've made a film out of some wonderful videos that some neurodivergent artists have sent me from their walks in their forest today and I think last week. So thank you very much, artists. And artists, other artists, you don't have to watch this film. This is more for the general audience. But you can be making your art and just enjoying the sounds. Then we'll go straight into live cello playing from Jo. Oh, no, we won't. Storytelling with me, and then into live cello playing with Jo. Okay, so I'm going to share the video now. There's a bus stop. There's a bus stop, but you've been waiting for hours. And you notice the old man stooped over has been waiting a long time too. You're not quite sure when he's arrived, or was he always there? Plucking up the courage, you approach him to ask the time, whether the bus will be coming soon. And as he moves to look at the time, you notice his skin. It's straw. And his eyes greener than a slimy river, a swamp. And you know him now as the Green Man, and recognize yourself as the crone. And this does not mean you are old, but you have already stepped in deep, steeped into your wisdom. A wisdom the size of the trees that reach up high, biting out the rest of the sky. You become a being of gold and emeralds, and a forest now grows all around you, and the branches grow thicker as they cling to any air they can find. They hide the daylight out, so it's only shadows here in this dark, dark forest. You decide you're not scared. Even though vines wrap around all the branches and they keep growing and growing and twisting and turning all around, you decide you're not scared. You're going to walk. Oh, but how the shadows grow. With every step, you begin to grow too. So it's almost like a competition between wisdom and dusk. You are reminded at the doors from your childhood, where you tumbled into these dreams so easily. Do you remember the patterns and how deep and dark the roads were, winding on and on and on, and you take a step back? You can't be far. But this forest keeps on growing, and the light from any passing star is trapped in the depths of mud and hallowed creatures of the night, owls and crickets and ghosts that go. Not long now. You must be close to the forest opening. But this forest appears to be never ending. And you recognize the beating as not your feet, but your heart. And as you look out at the meadows ahead of you, and your home is now so up close, you see the orange glow of the kitchen lamp and food cooking. You can almost smell the food as the curls of smoke from steam rise and curl out of the house. Almost there, almost home. The darkness curling and following you, scaring you with its shadows all around you. You see your home ahead and your family at the table, and you look down at your watch. Oh no! You're late for tea. So welcome to this evening's Magical Journeys. We hope you enjoyed your first journey through the forest, and I also hope you made it home for tea. Before we approach our next journey, the next part of the same journey brought to us live by Joe Cox, I want to introduce you to Freaky. Now, Freaky spelt P-H-R-I-K-E, not the freaky F-R-E-A-K-Y that we know from American Hollywood movies. So Freaky is the personification of fear. Her name means trembling and is used in Greek tragedies to instigate fearful emotions which were seen as a cleansing experience for the audience. The sensation of horror is derived from witnessing the dark shadow of the individual or collective psyche. And as we experienced in the dark and growing woods earlier in the first part of our journey, there is no avoidance of Freaky. For fear is vital for survival when we become endangered, like fight, flight, and freeze. As the trees and their shadows grew all around us, so too did our courage and our wisdom. It's what got us out of the forest. And what dawned on us was not that we made it out of the forest at all, but that we were in fact late for tea. Because fear is an uncomfortable, strong emotion, creating psychological and biological responses. And it is incredibly complex. So how we respond varies and often depends on our own personal experiences and possible trauma in our lives. Freaky trembles beneath the horror of the metaphoric falling tower. And at times during our worldwide wars, political injustices, or during pandemics such as this one and its resulting lockdowns, we can feel her in these threats that are occurring all around us. Humans face fear and uncertainty as these power structures, ableist systems, and the immune system of the earth itself may dramatically change our personal and collective lives. As Jung said, our only certainty is that the new world will be different from what we are used to. So, as we reach home and eat well and are replenished, I want to bring you to the symbol of a tower. The tower is a symbol of danger, upheaval, sudden crisis, and powerful change. It is a metaphor for a structure which has been built to protect us from the real truth. The falling of the tower depicts a powerful transition which, if allowed, will lead to transformative changes, resulting in the breakthrough. This breakthrough will be of some magnitude, revealing many possibilities and new ways of looking at the structure of ourselves, of our society, and our planet. Stepping into the crone's cloak. Just in case you didn't know, the crone is an old woman. Stepping into the crone's cloak and steeping into the crone's wisdom is an ability to recognize yourself as the crone. And that does not mean you are old, or necessarily that you are also a woman, but you are recognizing the depth of your own knowledge. So this next piece, played live by Joe, is embracing the very essence of freaky with I am fear. For as fear, freaky, faces us with our greatest fear, and by showing us the treasure hidden away within it, she can take us to a place where love awakens. For love is the true antithesis of fear. It expands where fear constricts. It embraces where fear repels. So we welcome you to a journey of love and replenishment, where looking directly into fear's face, you will see in its reflection your power and your core and ultimate strength. By looking directly into fear's face, you can experience the greatest love of all time. you to know that this is our time for our captioner to have a break. She's still captioning me, so she can have a break now. Okay,
We'll have a break, Leonard. And again, I hope that everyone could see the usefulness of the captioning there as well, because the way that she was describing Joe's beautiful music was also so evocative and so helpful. So, and just brought up all sorts of different images. So.
So over to the artists. I'm just going to ask all the artists to put their cameras on, but to have their cameras facing their artwork. How are we going to do this? So if you're an artist, to kind of wave or to have your artwork, have it on your artwork. Okay, who would like to go first? Yes. And with like tongues coming out. Well, now that you've said snakes, now I can see them.
Yes.
Before it was.
Yeah, I can see tongues.
Yeah.
Like forked tongues.
Sorry, what did you say?
I suppose it's my Medusa with Joanne's music. She got me going.
I was going to say yours, it reminded me of like the lines look like neurons or something in a brain. And it was very loose.
What? Really?
Yeah. Just when I first saw it.
It's not that straightforward then.
Yeah, very. But no, I think it's just when you first showed it at the camera, I was like, I thought of neurons in the brain.
Wow.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, I put earlier, it's almost microscopic. It's like the deepest little innards of the tree. So if you really zoomed into the leaf, all of the cells.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, oh, if I go up, I can see even more. So, the letter M, a breath of wind about to whistle. I can see veins, dragons, neurons. I see dragons up the top. It's almost microscopic, the deepest innards of the tree. Sprites. Ooh, yes. Birds on branches of a tree. I like, and then everywhere, read all of those. Yes, thank you, wonderful.
Oh, thank you. That's.
We'll do at the end of this. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow on the weekend. Is I'll go to the chat and I'll get everyone's feedback and I'll send everyone's feedback individually. So it's a really lovely gift for yourself.
Beautiful colours.
Yes, yeah.
Like looking inside a flower.
A lovely comment from Ashley. Magic smoke.
Oh, I like that.
I see a figure with quite a big nose, looking to the side.
I can see that.
The face of a man, or maybe the Green Man, maybe. Even though he's blue.
A bit like looking inside a stone. Blue stone.
And I'm also reminded of like what Earth looks like up when you're in the universe and looking down, kind of like, you know, the waters and oceans and things. Or when you're trying to tell the storm, like when there's a storm coming.
Oh, yeah.
Winds.
I can see Elvis.
We found him.
Apparently he's in Rycliffe.
I can see the exact same eye as the one in right in the center. Actually looks like the mouth of a snake open as well.
Wow.
I can now see a mouse or a rat or a hamster next to Elvis. It's fantastic. It's absolutely gobsmacking at first view.
That was very quick.
I could definitely, now that you've said Elvis, I can see like a wig, a wig, but also a brain that's
brain, yeah. Oh, I now see a nose under the front there. There's like a lovely nose.
Some lovely comments here. Anna looks like night smoke, and then a portal to other lands, a pool.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh,
They're very textured. Thank you.
cool.
It's a pet. That looks like a photo.
Like you did that in just now.
Stars have literally just appeared to me. Wow.
Haven't done the trees yet.
Wow, wow.
The light you've
Oh.
got is just incredible. Where the
Oh.
light draws you in and then reflects you down. And
Oh.
the
It was
Hang on. I might be able to.
it was
better.
Yeah, it was amazing how the moon.
oh, sorry, I meant the light in the picture.
It was amazing how the stars just suddenly appeared. Like I didn't see them, and then suddenly they did. It was like pinpricks in the clouds. It's yeah.
Like when you actually look at the sky and then the stars, you look again. Wow.
It's beautiful. It's so peaceful.
Oh,
Oh, gorgeous.
yeah. Beautiful.
Something you can sit and look at for a long time.
Yeah. Tranquil.
What else can you see when you look? Now we know that it's clouds or moon and stars, or we're guessing, but is there any other things that we can see? I can actually almost see silhouettes of people surrounding the lake. There's almost silhouettes.
I can see like a giant seahorse curving in the sky.
And some crows chattering in the trees behind me. There's so much depth there. I feel I'm really there. Is there anyone else who'd like to add some comments? Ooh, wolves howling at the moon. It makes me think about existential things. It feels like something is coming from those crystal clouds. Yeah,
I wonder if the moon is like another eye looking out of it.
you can see another eye. Thank you so much.
Have you plaited? Are they plaited bits?
Yeah, I plaited them.
They look, yeah, it's really drawing me in. I'm moving forward all
Yeah,
the
me
time.
too.
See,
Yeah, I've never
like,
plaited them before. I've never plaited any cardboard before.
Cool.
yeah, it looks amazing. And then obviously on an egg shape.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry, I had to type it. It felt easier for me to type. But yes, let's read what people are saying. Oh, and this is going back to the other painting. The moon is inviting us on a journey, but back to Nicholas. I see a diving nymph, crickets entwining, wood elves dancing, breaking open, Easter birth, a tree reaching for the light. Can't describe, but I love it. It's very original. Merlins who caught in the spell of wood, like the intertwining branches of a tree spirit that will grip you and take you to the underworld.
I love these comments. Thank you.
Almost like I felt like I was reading out a story, like as if people were just kind of adding on to the next bit. It was like we'd created our own story from your piece. It's such like an egg, it like awakens ideas and really awakens so much magic. Oh, keeps going, a beckoning hand begging you to follow, rebirth. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone who's contributing these words.
Thank you so much. That was yeah. Thanks everyone.
Wonderful. I'm just sorry. I'm going to spotlight me again, so it's not awkward. The nymph makes sense. There's something very 1920s. I'm not an artist, but I felt like doodling and getting some pictures down. All of this is so inspiring. So I'm not great on time. So has anyone been keeping the time to let me know how long?
2 minutes till there's been a 20-minute break.
Does this mean that you would like to share, Emma?
They're very me. What I came out with words, and I'm not normally words.
Are you happy for me to spotlight you?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
also, I did it on black, and I used a lot of black.
Ah.
That's
Fear is me. Is it okay if I read it out? Fear is me. I control fear. See and he. Sorry, does someone else see something else?
See and listen. I can open one door.
Thank you. Thanks,
I
Colin.
control fear. See and listen.
So, a girl in a red coat walks towards the forest. Beautiful, glistening dew in the forest at night, cold and moist, mysterious and powerful. Spider's webs, the skin of a silver birch, snowstorm with a window that invites you into the calm. I can almost feel you feeling troubled, but that you are seeking for opening. Mountain stomp, not stop, stomp. I like that. And now I see it, when you said mountain stomp, now I see it as a person in purple traversing, but I didn't see that until someone said that, so thank you. And then tree bark. The way up, the moonlight on a winter road at night. Yeah, I also feel almost like it's a camera looking down, like a bird's eye view. And it's high up above maybe a lake or water. Picks it out like a river, tree bark frosted with glistening frost or dew, misty figures below.
I think
1
it's
minute over.
Yeah, probably okay to start again.
Great. So I'll just take a swig of water.
Hopefully all our audience are back. Welcome back. If you're not and you can hear me, audience, then please run, take a seat and come back and enjoy the rest of the journeying with us.
Yes, it's always hard to say, is everyone here? Because it's like, but I just wait a little bit longer.
I mean, if not, we're relatively relaxed, but I think, yeah, we've just had a really wonderful share. So I'm sure everyone is itching to get back to their art making now, Eleanor. Thank you.
Okay, so for this next journey, in case you missed the beginning of the introduction in the first half, I'm just going to ask everyone to go on mute again when I speak, just because the sound gets stolen. So, Megan, if you could do that for everyone. I can still hear people. Let's see. Right. I think everyone's muted. And I'll unmute you, Joe, in a second. 1 second. Where you've gone now. Right. There. Joe's unmuted. Great. Yes. So this time round, instead of showing you a video with the pre-recorded storytelling to music, and just in case you missed the introduction in the first half, the reason why we had to do it that way is because when live storytelling and cello is together, Zoom is having an argument and they can't decide who they should let hear the sound, so it just really didn't work. But Jo and I created live together, so she created live music and I created live storytelling. So there was not me listening to her music, then writing, and then it's all very streams of consciousness. So that's why sometimes I don't always finish sentences, or I might sometimes like trip up over a word and I might decide not to say it because it's just coming to me. It's been absolutely incredible to collaborate with Jo, and we've been saying how visceral it's been for both of us. So for this next journey, the theme from last time was I am fear, and this time it is I am shining, because you've gotten through the breakthrough and you've discovered the treasure. And so artists, again, you can choose to make to this about 12 minutes of pre-recorded music and sound and journeying, and then it'll go into a live piece by Jo, and then it'll end with me. I'll give a ritual to both artists and to the general audience. So there's not a video this time to watch. So what I'll be doing is I'll put my laptop down during the pre-recorded, and you'll be watching me make some art on the paper. And then as soon as Jo starts playing live, then I'll change the spotlight over to Jo so that you can see her playing live. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry if I take ages to get to where I'm going. This is my neurodiversity. Okay, wonderful. What does it feel like to be bathed in dreams? To breathe them in, to feel them swim all around your body no longer an object, a skeleton, but a vessel for awakenings and miracles and energetic happenings. I want you to wake up and take notice. I want you to imagine that you are standing at an opening of a forest, and across the road there is a field filled with wildflowers. And something a bit like a knee-jerk or a reaction near to your heart, or maybe down into your gut. Something takes you across the road. And towards this fields of every colour, every colour you've ever known. And as you walk or float into this field, the colours are like paint, and they come off and bathe you in their shimmers and their glows. So their auras empower and engulf your entire being. And as you move through the fields, you pay attention to how these colors adorn you. How do they attach to you, stroke you? How do they leave their mark? What do they leave behind on you? How do they leave it behind?
brightly, timidly, quietly, softly. And as the colours move around you and dance and sway and are alive, existing and being, you are brightening and awakening. I want you to listen to their stories, hear their voices, and see who you are when you are a blue, when you are a pastel or a deep, deep mauve, when you are a jeweled, deep, vibrant blue. Remembering that feeling, knowing that story, holding on to that hope, and who you are as an ochre, as a yellow, as marigold, as the bright sunshine. As violet or as rose? Who are you as crimson and green and turquoise and lilies, and as bluebells and opening pockets of lush perfume? Who are you as these scents and senses? Images might awaken within you. What dreams, what memories, all held and moving and flowing through you. So you yourself are an aura basking across all of these fields, all of these flowers, and your eyes, bright as they are, like cracked open stars, pouring now across the whole of the forest, reflecting back to the deepest blue sky. You are immersed in the depths of being, feeling, softening. You are immersed in the depths of being, feeling, softening. You are immersed in the depths of being, feeling, softening, breathing, and sensing. You are a star, shining brightly now across all of the forest. And as oars release you down, back on the pavement, back on the path, and as you're on the path and you're walking along the path, I want you to look all around you, back towards the open fields, back towards the meadow, of flowers of every single colour. And see how the colours radiate now all the way to the sky, to the twinkling stars beckoning down to you. And see a place for you up there in the sky, a place they keep for you, save for you. And see them all shine and twinkle. And see how the earth radiates with all these colours. And see as you stand and you're gazing up at the sky at your ancestors. And feel the love that brims between you and the stars and the flowers and the fields and the trees, so that you are all glistening. You are all shining, you are all surrendered to this love. For you are here in existence because of many thousands and thousands before you. Because of thousands of ancestors, all who loved you. And standing here at the opening now of a forest green with bird song and trees that reach the sky. Feel a whistle in your throat as you walk on by.
Fabulous. Both of you.
I'm on mute. Thank you, Joe, so much. We'll just if we put our on speaker, no, not speaker view. What's the other one? Grid view. We can all like show our appreciation through our hands. But I just realised a lot of you are blank screen, so we'll do it. The team will do it, and anyone else who's doing it. Thank you very much. That was extraordinary, Joe. It was wonderful. At the end of every Magical Journeys, after everyone shared their art and we've discussed the art and the common themes within it, I will often, oh goodness, there's something popping up for me, but I've already done it. That's because there's another host in the room and they're on mute, but anyway, doesn't matter. Right, internal dialogue, stop. I end with a ritual. The ritual is something for you to do in your day-to-day life after the end of the performance or at the end of the workshop. So this ritual I give to you, both artists and audiences. Somewhere around your house, or you could take it on an adventure outside, I'd like you to find something sparkly and something shiny. This object represents or is you actually as a star. And so your ritual over the next week is to imagine and locate a place in the sky for yourself as a star. Now we realize that magic isn't always possible and we can't fly. Well, some of us might know the secret. But for those of us who can't make it to the sky, I'd like you to find a place in your home instead, or in your garden, where you belong as a star. Because no matter how dark times get, no matter how creepy or overgrown our lives can seem or appear, we're reminded about our shine. That's the treasure found in the face of fear. So this is Freaky's gift for us this evening. Our ending ritual is for you to find a place in your home for you as a star. And audiences and artists alike will be given this ritual, this gift. Thank you very much. This is an awkward moment when we have to stare at you as you make your way out of the Zoom. But we have to do this because we have a very brief meeting at the very, very end to make sure that everyone was happy. So goodbye and have a lovely evening.
Thank you everyone so much for coming. And I think just another little round of applause as you're leaving for Eleanor and for Joe, because they delivered something truly beautiful this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.